And good morning, Brooklyn. ¿Cómo estás?
Good morning.
How's everything?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's National Puzzle Day. I like puzzles. Probably because I'm getting old, Brooklyn.
I like them too. I don't play them as often, but I like them. I
Yeah.
prefer cards.
You like cards? I like cards. Yeah. I'm not huge on cards, but I'll play them. Good morning, Arshad. It's National Puzzle Day, Arshad. Are you into puzzles? Good morning, Jojo. Jojo, you into puzzles? They're telling us it's National Puzzle Day. Not really. Yeah. I like, things that they call manipulatives, things you like Legos and, things you can do with your hands, right? Yeah. So how was your day yesterday, everybody? Good? Uneventful? Uneventful is good. Okay. So let's see what we're going to do. First of all, take a look at my background. And I put this gal up here because she's like, what? Like she's having to remember, okay? Because might be hard to remember. ¿Cuáles son las 4 estaciones? So based on the pictures, what do you think the question is asking? ¿Cuáles son las 4 estaciones? What do you think it's asking? Jojo, what do you say? ¿Cuáles son las 4 estaciones? You guys feel free to unmute, please.
What are the 4 seasons?
Beautiful. What are the 4 seasons? So again, this is a memory, right? Like y'all probably feeling like the scallop here. Can you think of one? Let's just do them together. There are 4 of us. Let's see if we can each get one. What do you think? Yeah, in Spanish. So we have summer or spring, summer, autumn, and winter, right? Spring, summer, autumn, and winter. So can we think of the words in Spanish? Think of one. The one for autumn is a cognate-ish. Anybody remember those? And the reason why I bring them up to try to get us to remember things is because, this last little unit is on sports. And, you play sports in certain seasons, right? Isn't that right? Mm-hmm. So I thought we'd just refresh our memory. Anybody remember any? All right. Well, that's okay. Let me do this. Hang on one second. Hang on one second. Hang on one second. I'll fix this up. Okay, make sure your sound's on. You guys take a look. Okay, we ready? And this should be in, yeah. We should have sound. Okay, here we go. Let's listen.
¿Estás listo? El año tiene 4 estaciones. ¡Qué bien huele! Esta es la primavera. En primavera todo se llena de flores. Primavera. Esto es el verano. En verano hace mucho calor y nos bañamos en la playa o en la piscina. Verano. ¡Qué bonito! Esto es el otoño. En otoño se caen las hojas de los árboles. Otoño. Esto es el invierno. En invierno hace mucho frío. Acuérdate de abrigarte bien. Invierno. Estas son las estaciones del año. Repite conmigo. Primavera. Verano. Otoño. Invierno. Muy bien, ya hemos terminado. Hasta luego.
All right. Las estaciones, clase.
¿Quieres seguir?
All right. Did you remember any once you saw them? Clase. See? Okay. Muy bien. So what are we doing today, you guys? Las cuatro estaciones, primavera, el verano, el otoño, y el invierno, right? So it's la primavera is the only one that's feminine. Okay. All right. So keeping those in mind, I know. Let's see what we're going to do today. What we need to do first is we need to access those guided notes that we started with sports. So wherever you put those, and I'll pull them up here in just a second to remind you. So, hoy es jueves, el 29 de enero, vamos a concluir el vocabulario. So we need to finish today getting familiar with the vocabulary about sports, de los deportes, y a conocer el verbo jugar. So we're going to practice with jugar. And I just popped this in here, you guys, in my background because on your quizzes yesterday, you guys did a great job. So you need to pat yourselves on the back. Well done. Okay. Muy bien hecho. All right. So our guided notes for our sports, you guys, looked like this. Okay. So I'm going to give you a minute to pull those up. Look like this. we were doing a Nearpod, and I'll give you that link in just a second. Right? So what I need from you guys is to give me a thumbs up when you have your notes pulled back up. All right, Arshad's ready. Jamarian's ready. Brooklyn, yeah? Okay, muy bien. All right, give me a minute and I will give you the link to the Nearpod to join. Okay, there's the link, you guys. And here's the code. So I need y'all to join me in the Nearpod. And we stopped here. We stopped at we stopped here. Okay, Joe, are you in the Nearpod? I didn't see you turn green here. You're supposed to turn green on me. Okay, are you ready, Brooklyn? Joe Marion, you ready? I don't know where you went, Jojo. I can't see you anymore. Okay, so let's review just real fast. We had el baloncesto. So today, you guys, we are going to finish this up. We're going to review our regular AR verb endings so that we can look at jugar, meaning to play. I have, if we have time, I'm going to do a little Q&A where we ask and answer some questions about sports. Okay, so be thinking, right? All righty. El baloncesto is basketball. El béisbol. El boliche. Who can tell me real quickly what was boliche? Either unmute or pop it in the chat. Joe Marion, again, I don't know where you're at. Boliche. What is boliche? Brooklyn, do you remember? Arshad? What is boliche?
Bowling.
Bowling. Yep. Good. You're not looking for jugar. I don't know what you're looking for, Jojo. We just need to pull our notes back up. Our guided notes, 6.4 is where we are. Is that what you mean, Joe Marion? Yeah, 6.4. Okay, we're going to do all of that together, right? We need to finish the vocab list, the guided notes today. Okay, then we had la natación, right? Swimming. Jugar is our verb to play. El equipamiento is equipment, right? Equipamiento. And, you know, it's not just sporting equipment, right? Just equipment in general. El balón, we said, was in balls that are inflated. And el bate is obviously a bat, and it looks like bat, so that's helpful. El bate. Okay, then we did that. And then we had different words for ball. We had la bola, which is like a heavier type of ball. Honestly, bola is the word that your textbook wants you to know, right? In everyday Spanish, it's la pelota. Okay, that's kind of the generic word, la pelota. Then we had el casco is a helmet. Guante is any kind of glove, right? A baseball glove or winter glove, it doesn't matter, guante. Pelota for us is going to be a smaller ball, like a golf ball or a tennis ball. We had la raqueta, which is an obvious cognate, and la red. Now, la red is a net. For us in the sports context, it's like a volleyball net or a tennis court net. In real life, it's any kind of net. Yeah, fishing net. The internet is also la red. Okay, so any kind of net. Okay, and then this is where we left off on, well, Monday we didn't have school, or whatever day it was. We did have school. No, we didn't. Anyway, whatever day it was, this is where we left off. Must have been Thursday. Okay. Okay, are we ready then? Everybody has their, Joe Mary, did you find where you need to be? Okay, so let's go ahead and finish our vocab list, and then we'll do some practice, you guys. All right. So in your notes, again, you're typing in English. La competición deportiva. So, you guys, we have, obviously, there's all kinds of competitions. So that's the basic word for competition. But a sporting event is deportiva, right? So los deportes are sports, something that is sporting, deportiva. It's an adjective, it's describing. Then we have el partido, which is a game, and it can be a basketball game, a soccer game, a football game, a baseball game, whatever. El partido is a game. Okay. So you guys let me know if I'm going too slow, if I'm going too fast. I just need to make sure you all have enough time to type in what you need. La competición deportiva. Okay. Good to go. Next slide. 1 second. Okay. 1 second. Then. Tech issue, Brooklyn. A little bit. Okay. Well, give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Okay. All right. Muy bien. Everybody else ready? Okay. Our next one. El estadio, you guys, is just stadium. I mean, it almost looks like stadium, sounds like stadium, right? Cognate. And if our verb jugar is to play, then jugador is a player. Okay. So it can be el jugador or la jugadora, right? So we have to differentiate male from female. El jugador and la jugadora, player. Estadio, stadium, right? Okay. Almost done here. The team then is el equipo. So if we think about the word for equipment, right? Equipamiento, equipo, team. And it can be any kind of team, right? Doesn't have to be just a sport team. El equipo. And then the word to compete is also, in my opinion, a cognate, competir. Competir. So real quick, you guys, what kind of verb is competir? We have those 3 main groups of verbs, right? We've talked about before. What kind of verb is competir? In other words, what endings would we need to use? Very good, Joe Mary. Very good, Brooklyn. It's an IR verb, right? So our endings would be O, ESE, IMOS, and EN. So if I wanted to say I compete with the team, yeah, I would say competo. How weird is that? Con el equipo, right? I compete with the team. Yeah. Okay, so it's an IR verb. Bueno. All right. Ganar. Ganar is to win, and it's a regular AR verb. Ganar. And perder is to lose, but it is irregular. Okay, guys, it's an irregular verb. The stem is going to change on that one. So ganar and perder. Opposites. Okay. Next slide. If you guys need me to go back to something, just holler at me. Okay, here we go. Time to practice. Let me change it up here. Let's do space. Well, let's do sports since we're doing sports. Okay, join up. Yay. 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 Okay, here we go. All right, good job, Arshad. Good job, you guys. Nicely done. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause right here. Okay. And let's take a look at this Hugar, and then we'll come back to it in just a second. Okay. Because we're going to practice with it a little bit later. So the only thing that makes this verb any special, you guys, is what it says here. It's a la raíz is the root of the word, right? Root meaning if we get rid of the ending, in this case AR, that leaves us JUG, right? So that would be our root, but it's going to change. It's a U, the U here changes to UE. So it's yo juego, tú juegas, usted, él, and ella juega, nosotros jugamos. I love nosotros the best because it never changes, right? Notice in the nosotros form, it's never going to change, right? And that goes across the board for every verb on the planet. The nosotros form never changes, okay? And then ustedes, ellos, and ellas is juegan. So what we have, you guys, is regular AR verb endings, O, ASA, amos, and on. Everybody see what I'm talking about here? See or no? Give me a thumbs up. See? Right? Yep, we got O, ASA, amos, oopsie, amos, and on, right? Because we get rid of the AR and we replace it with the proper ending. But again, in this case, we have that irregular stem, except for nosotros. Nosotros is always the same. So juego, juegas, juega, jugamos, and juegan. Okay. All right. give me in chat, you guys, a sense of, like, give me a 3, 2, 1. That's always the easiest. How do you feel about those regular AR verb endings? O, ASA, almost, and on. How do you feel about those? Like 3, I got them. 2, I still question myself. 1, I absolutely don't remember. 3, 2, or 1. 3, I got them. 2, I still question. 1, I don't know. Those regular AR verb endings, how comfortable do you feel with them? Can you pop it in chat for me? 3, 2, 1. Okay. Rashad. Brooke. Okay. All right. Muy bien. Okay. So does everybody have every blank filled in your notes? Yes or no? That's my question to you. Does everybody have every blank filled in their notes? So you should have the vocab filled out. You should have Hugar filled out. Okay. And then our last question in our notes, what is the gerund or the participle for Hugar? So if I want to say, I am playing, what would it look like? Because now we have to know that. See, now that we did that, we have to know that, right? So what would it be? How would I say I am playing? I am playing basketball. Estoy jugando, right? Al baloncesto. Estoy jugando. Remember our participle, our gerund, you guys, is ando with that form of estar. So you need to put that in the blank. Jugando, right? Estar plus jugando. I'm going to stop sharing for just a second. So what I'd like for you guys to make sure of is that you have every blank filled in, including Hugar. Don't turn it in yet because I want you to be able to go back and forth to that tab. Okay. And once you get that filled in, Arshad, do you have it filled in? Once you guys get that filled in, then you can exit the Nearpod. Okay, but just keep your guided notes ready because at the end of the hour today, you're going to submit them. Okay. All right. It looks like y'all are ready. Jamarian, looks like you're ready as well to go on to the next best thing. Keep those up though. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna, well, let's close out that Nearpod real fast. All right. I'm going to shut down that Nearpod. You guys can go ahead and back out of that. Okay.
These days, work moves fast. That's where Grammarly comes in.
Ah, okay. All right. All right. Next best thing. Let's practice a little bit with these regular AR verb endings. Okay. So give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go on to the next thing here. Give me a thumbs up, Joe Marion. Thank you, Arshad. Okay. So you guys should be out of the Nearpod and you should have your guided notes still there. Okay. So let's look at this verb practicar. So we've already done jugar because we're talking about sports and we're playing, right? But we also have to practice, and we can practice sports. We can practice, right? Practicamos los deportes, sports. Practicamos tocar el instrumento, right? We can practice playing an instrument. We can practice a lot of things. El español, right? We can practice Spanish. So I wanted to just give a minute And let's look at this verb practicar. So practico, practicas, practica, right? Practicamos, practican. Okay? Easy peasy. It's a regular AR verb. Nothing changes. No, nothing, right? So let's just do this. Okay. Número uno. Juan Carlos blank baseball. So we want to use the verb practicar. Okay. If you want to use the verb jugar, I'm good with that either. We can do either which one. Okay. So in the chat, you guys, what would I do for número uno? Juan Carlos practices baseball. What would I do here? Juan Carlos practices baseball. Can you pop your answer in the chat? He's one guy, right? Yes, that would be correct. What about practicar? How would we do that for practicar? That's absolutely right, Joe Marion. Arshad, Brooklyn, I need an answer. I need you to use practicar as the verb, or I need you to use jugar as the verb for number one. Yes, good, Arshad? Brooke? How would I fill in the blank for number one here? Okay. Yeah, we could say Juan Carlos está practicando. Absolutely. He's doing it right now. Okay. All right. Good job. All right. How about número dos? ¿Qué deportes? What sport? And then our subject is tú. So again, you can use practicar or you can use jugar, whichever. Pop your answer in the chat. Number two. Hey, very good, Jamarian. Very good, Arshad. Either which, practicar or jugar. Yeah. What sport are so we could say practicas, right? Practicas. Let me get my thing back up here. Right? Or we can say juegas. What sport are you playing? ¿Qué deportes juegas? Right? Or we can say ¿qué deportes estás? Right? Practicando. Yeah? All right, muy bien. All right, how about número cuatro? We're going to skip around a little bit. How about number four? Ustedes and fútbol americano. What would I put in the blank? Good, Joe Marion. Number four, anybody else? Very good, Arshad. Muy bien. Brooklyn, what say you? Okay, muy bien. So yes, we can say, it's funny, you guys each gave me a different answer. So we could say, ustedes practican fútbol americano, right? Are you guys practicing American football? The second answer, somebody said, was ustedes juegan fútbol americano, which yes, we can say that. Juegan, right? Are you guys playing American football? Or ustedes están practicando. Are you guys practicing, right, in the current, right now, like an action that we're doing right now? Ustedes están practicando el fútbol americano. Okay. All right, one more here. How about número cinco? Mis amigos y yo. And our sport is golf. Número cinco. Okay, you need a verb in there. You need another verb, Brooklyn. Sean? Good, perfect. Jojo, what say you for number 5? Yep, very good. Jojo, did you give me an answer? Okay. 5, Jojo. Mis amigos y yo. Y yo. Okay, so very good. Muy bien. So we have, you guys, we could say practicamos, right? We could say estamos practicando, meaning we're doing it right now as we speak. Or just plain old practicamos in that we do it generally speaking. We practice golf. We could also say jugamos, right? If we wanted to use jugar. Mis amigos y yo jugamos. We play golf. Okay. All right. Muy bien. You guys ready to move on? See? You guys are doing bang up. Good job. Good job. All right, let me clear my screen here. Okay. I'm going to put you guys another Nearpod link in the chat because you're going to be drawing on it. Okay. And we're going to do a little Q&A thing. I'll be asking you some questions and then you guys can like circle or point or whatever to whatever it is that we need. And we'll be practicing our verbs and vocab. So let me pull that back up. Thinking. Okay. All right, you guys, here's the new Nearpod. I need you to join me. Make sure that you're keeping your vocab list handy. And this is our new Nearpod, okay? Okay, our shot is in. Brooke is in. All right. All right, muy bien. So, you guys, we've got this image, and I'm going to give you a minute to just kind of take a look at it, okay? We got all different kind of sports. There are some things on here that we don't have on our vocab list, so don't worry about those, okay? And I'm just going to ask you some questions about the ball, about what they're doing, about what they're wearing, those kinds of things, okay? And all I'm going to ask you to do is take your little crayon, right, and circle which one, or put a star by the one that you think I'm talking about, like which one would best answer the question, okay? I'm also going to put up, I'm going to change my background in case y'all can still see me. And I'm going to put up one of my backgrounds that has all the question words on it so that it's kind of a little cheat sheet for us. So you can always take a look at my background. Okay. All right. So here we go. Everybody clear about what we're going to do? See or no? See? All right. Our first question. And I'm just going to try to keep it like simple at first, and then it'll get a little more, not hard, but a little more. Anyway. Okay, so our first question. ¿Qué deporte practica el chico con la pelota blanca y negra? Okay, I'll say it again. ¿Qué deporte practica el chico con la pelota blanca y negra? So who am I talking about? First of all, you're going to circle it. Okay. Arshad or Brooke. Let me say it again. ¿Qué deporte practica el chico, the boy, right? Con la pelota blanca y negra. So you're circling, who am I talking about? Okay, good, Brooke. Arshad? ¿Qué deporte practica el chico con la pelota blanca y negra? Arshad, do you need it one more time? Let me know. ¿Qué deporte practica el chico, the boy, con la pelota blanca y negra? So the key here is, what is a pelota? ¿Qué es una pelota? What's a pelota? Who can tell us? You guys feel free to unmute. What is a pelota?
Small ball that's not deflated.
Okay. Yeah, and we're just going to use pelota as a general term, right? Because that's really what the real Spanish is, yeah. So, blanca y negra, what is that? Blanca y negra. Black and white. So that's another clue, right? Pelota blanca y negra, or I could say balón blanco y negro, right? So would that change your answer? Un balón blanco y negro. Okay. Yes. So you guys are circling the kid, right, with the soccer ball, black and white ball. Okay. Again, we're just going to use pelota as our general term because that's really how it's used. Okay. So, yes. So, el chico con la pelota blanca y negra, right? So the question, you guys, is ¿qué deporte juega? ¿Qué deporte practica el chico? So what is the name of the sport, you guys? How do we call it in Spanish? If you have your vocab list, let's answer the question. ¿Qué deporte practica? Right? What sport is the boy practicing with the black and white ball? So what would our answer be in Spanish? You have the right guy. Sí, muy bien, fútbol. Sí, muy bien, Arshad. Fútbol. El fútbol. Right? Muy bien. So, el chico con la pelota o el balón, right? Let's just say pelota. Con la pelota blanca y negra practica el fútbol, right? He's practicing soccer, or juega of football, right? He's playing football. Okay, so everybody see what we're doing with this? Clase, sí o no? See? We'll find the person and then we'll talk about the person. Okay? Jamarian, you with me? All right, muy bien. Okay. ¿Qué deporte? So you can clear that one off. You guys go ahead and erase your circle if you want. ¿Qué deporte practica el chico con el bate? So let's find him first. Vamos a buscarlo, right? Let's find him. ¿Qué deporte practica el chico con el bate? El chico con el bate. Arshad, who do you think that is? ¿Qué deporte practica? Circle them up. Okay, so muy bien, Brooke. Muy bien, Jomarian. ¿Qué deporte practica el chico con el bate? Brooke, can you unmute and tell us? ¿Qué deporte practica el chico con el bate? What sport is he practicing?
Baseball.
Sí, practica al béisbol. Muy bien, béisbol. Remember, that's that weird borrowed word. They just kind of took our English word and Spanishized it, right? Okay. All right, here we go. Another one. This one's tricky. Okay. ¿Qué deporte juega el chico con la pelota naranja? We have to know a color here. ¿Qué deporte juega? Notice I'm using play now. ¿Qué deporte juega el chico con la pelota naranja? Or el balón, whichever word you want to use. Naranja. What color is that, you guys? Naranja. Very good, Brooke. Jomarian, do you remember what color that is? Arshad? ¿Qué deporte juega el chico con la pelota naranja? Gentlemen, waiting on you. Very good, Jomarian. Arshad, what do you say? ¿Qué piensas? La pelota naranja. ¿Qué deporte juega el chico con la pelota naranja? Which one would you circle, Arshad? Okay, Jomarian, can you answer the question? Right, contesta la pregunta. ¿Qué deporte juega el chico? What sport is he playing? And that's it, Arshad. Muy bien.
Basketball.
El basquetbol. Sí, muy bien, muy bien, muy bien. Okay. Two more questions. Okay. You guys are doing good. Okay, here's the next one. ¿Quién? So if you can see my head behind me, we're over here. ¿Quién? Okay. ¿Quién lleva un casco? So we got to know what casco is. ¿Quién lleva un casco? ¿Quién lleva un casco? See, Arshad, Jomarian, perfect. Brooke, ¿quién lleva un casco? All right, muy bien. Muy bien, right? So un casco is a helmet, right? So the question was, who's wearing a helmet, right? And you guys got it all right. Okay. All right. Next question, you guys. So we have a jugador, right? A jugador player que lleva un casco, who's wearing a helmet. Okay, so now see if we can follow the next question. ¿En qué estación se juega al fútbol americano? Okay, I'll say it again. We're still talking about that person wearing a helmet. Okay. ¿En qué estación se juega al fútbol americano? What am I asking? ¿En qué estación? What am I asking you guys? It's a hard one. ¿En qué estación? Yes. Yes, very good, Arshad. In what season? ¿En qué estación? Right? Se juega, play, al fútbol americano. Do we know what season we play that in? En el, what is it in English? Do we know? Clase, ¿en qué estación se juega al fútbol americano? What season do we play football in? American football. Well, I mean, this is winter time and we're waiting for the, not the World Series. What is it called when they play for the championship? Help me out, Arshad. What is it called? Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Yes. So, muy bien. So, se juega al fútbol americano en el otoño. See, we could even say in winter, right? En el invierno. Muy bien, muy bien. Okay, listen again. Okay, we'll do another one. Listen again. Clase, ¿en qué estación se practica la natación? Can y'all see me? ¿En qué estación se practica la natación? Natación is in our vocab. If you have your sheet up, see if you can figure it out. ¿En qué estación se practica la natación? What am I asking?
Something about swimming.
Something about swimming. So, ¿en qué estación? In what season? Estación. Se practica la natación. Remember our video at the beginning of class? This is why I did that. Clase. ¿En qué estación se practica la natación?
Fair now, no.
Yes, muy bien. En el verano, summertime. Muy bien. En el verano se practica la natación. Muy bien. Muy bien. Okay. So how you guys feeling about these things? 3, 2, 1, just needing some practice. See? 3, 2, 1, you guys. Yeah, just needing some practice. I gotcha. Okay. I am going to get my next slide ready. Hang on to your vocab list. Don't turn it in just yet. Okay. And let me do one quick thing. Because you guys are so good that we kind of moved through this a little quicker than I anticipated, which is cool. Absolutely just fine. Okay. Keep your vocab sheet open. Head on back over to Canvas, por favor. Clase, head on over to Canvas. And I need you to refresh your Canvas because, like I said, we went through this a little quicker than I thought. And I'm going to give you guys a choice today. So let me hear from everybody. Don't tell me you don't care because you're going to have to vote. There's only 3 of us here, right? 4 of us. Would you like to play a Blooket to practice Hugar? Or would you like to use the class time today to complete anything that you need to get done? Since next week everything is due on Wednesday. So would you like to play a Blooket or would you like to work today, you guys? What would you like to do? A Blooket. I got a vote for Blooket. Anybody else? I need you to vote, Arshad. Okay, Brooklyn wants a Blooket also. Okay, well, that's 2 out of the 3 of you. So I'll put a Blooket in. Go ahead and back out of that Nearpod, you guys. You're good there. Okay, let's just do something simple in the time that we have. All right, so let's everybody join in here. All right, Arshad, you ready? Okay, there's your link. And then if you can see my screen, there is the code if you need it. Okay, I got Joe in. I got Arshad in. Brooklyn. You know what, you guys, I tried to make a Jeopardy game and the site was down, and that always bums me out. Because it's enough that it takes a long time to make those things, and then when you have to fight with the site, it's not any good. Okay, knock yourselves out. Cougar to play. Irregular stem, right? There goes Joe Marion. Good job. Yep. So remember, you guys, if you have 2 verbs that follow each other, only the first verb is conjugated, right? The second verb stays in the original form. Brooklyn, what happened? Did you give up? Hmm. Whopping. Good job, Joe Marion. Yeah, vosotros is always the one that we don't, they only use it in Spain. So it's probably the one that you just don't recognize, process of elimination. So yeah, mi equipo, you guys, is like it, which would be el singular, right? It, my team. There you go. All right, Brooklyn. Actually, you gotta get a little mean here. You gotta swap, steal. Look at Joe Marion. Remember, Jojo, if you got two verbs together, the second one doesn't get conjugated. 2.5 minutes. Come on, Arshad, give it a best shot. We only got a 1.5 minutes left. Oh, look at that. All right, 25 seconds. Five seconds. Joe Miriam, what happened? All right, good game, you guys. Good game. Good job. Muy bien, muy bien. Okay, so in the time we have left, let me just, good job, you guys. Let me just, yeah, show you what we need to get done. Meet me in Canvas real quick. Make sure that you refresh your Canvas. Good job, you guys. Nice competition. Competir, right? Una competición deportiva. Right. Okay. So scroll, right? In 6, it's the very last thing. Please, before you leave today, click the submit button on your guided notes. First thing is first. Then you have a practice on jugar, nadar, and practicar. Okay? Jugar, nadar, and practicar. Okay, preguntas, you guys. We have about a minute left. Any questions about anything we did today? Please make sure you submit those guided notes. Don't forget. Okay? Okay. The other exercise, the practica, that's pretty straightforward. No biggie, right? 3 sets of questions, put in the correct form. No problem. What was I gonna say? I don't know what I was gonna say. So I'll just say, you guys enjoy your weekend. Stay safe, stay warm, because we're supposed to get hit with cold again. Everybody, even you all down there. So stay warm and be careful. Anybody got any big plans for the weekend? No big plans. So stay in and stay warm, I guess, right? That would be the big plan. All right, you guys, great job today. Muchísimas gracias. Again, make sure you submit those guided notes. And if you have any questions, reach out to me in the inbox, okay? Enjoy your weekend, you guys. Nos vemos lunes. Adiós. Adiós a todos. Have a great day.